Well, I got another exciting and kind of crazy type of video again here. I don't know how crazy, but exciting, I hope. I have three, let's see, the Fram Ultra Synthetics here to be opened up. They came off of three different vehicles. I have the mileage of them, and actually, we're going to take a look at them and see how well they did. Now, the first one here is a XG10575. It came off a 2015 F-150 with the 5-liter. He did the oil change after running it for 7,900 kilometers. So that's 4,937 miles. And that, that was close to 8,000 kilometers. But they all do use synthetic oil on these oil changes, so I can't wait to dig into these and see how well these filters actually work in the real world. The next one is an XG3614, and that was on a 2008 Toyota FJ Cruiser. Didn't know they used that. But it has the 4-liter, and it went 6,200 kilometers on its oil change, or 3,875 miles. So, and the third one is a little contender. It's not much smaller though than the 3614, but an XG12060, which she had on her 2017 Chevy Spark with the 1.4 liter, and she changes her oil and uses the oil change reminder in her car to tell her when to do it. She does it usually around 10 to 20% left, and then she gets it changed. So this one was 8,310 kilometers, or 5,193 miles. Yeah, so we're gonna dig into these and see how well they did. These are the better Fram ones, so let's take a look at the date codes first though on these. So as again, I do not know how long these filters were sitting around, because the Ford and the Toyota do their own oil changes themselves, so I don't know when they bought the oil filters. And the lady who uses the XG12060 takes it to a garage, but she buys her own oil in an oil filter. But I do know they are all use synthetic oils. I'll have that for you in a minute. I have it written down somewhere what each one used. So, but the date code, there it is, A23053. That's on the Ford. Let's see, A23612, that is on the Toyota, and A23421 on the Chevy. So let me get set up here and we will start cutting these open. So let me get cutting these open and let's see. Of course, I'll do the Ford first. Now, the Ford has a total amount of mileage on the engine after this oil change, 141,286 kilometers. And he uses and changes it himself full synthetic oil. So he likes that mobile oil, which I don't blame him. It's pretty good oil, I would say. Now, as we know, these shouldn't be too hard to open up. So let me turn the camera a little this way. I just have really good people who actually bring me in some filters, and I ask them if they can get the information for me, and they do. They get the information for me. They're really nice people around here. Canadians, eh? But I'm sure Americans would do the same, and I'm guessing they do. But, oh man, this thing is hard to cut. Oh, I forgot to take the rubber. Okay, I forgot to take the base seal off. I'll do that on the next one. This is probably going to be messy. That's fine though. Okay, well, she fell out. Okay, we did get her apart. A long interruption there. I even put together, I got this nice white piece of, cardboard, and put her together, and why don't I have my gloves on? I'm going to get my gloves on. Now, I did drain these, but, sometimes it doesn't work out as well as others do. So, there's that part. We know all about that stuff. What we want to do is get that filtration off. First, I'll take them all off of here, and then we'll get to cutting them open. So the next one, though, I'm going to do the smart thing. Take off this, I can feel this thing might have been on there for, only 6,200 kilometers for the Toyota. But she's on there. There we go. So, let us cut this one open. One thing about doing nice new filters, they're not so dirty. But that's fine. That's why we have gloves and rags. So, just looking at the Ford one. Not so sure about that. The oil looks clean. It is synthetic. It doesn't look terrible. It was on there a long time. But, pretty heavy. I'm not going to weigh them because I got nothing to compare them to. And there's still a lot of bits of oil inside of these, so why weigh them? This one's taking forever to cut. There we go. Finally coming apart, are you? There we go. Look at that. Maybe on the next one I won't take as long. I won't show as long. Yeah, all of these have synthetic oil. Sure does stay in these things when you drain them. And they've been draining for over a week. So it's kind of funny how it does that. Is that a piece of? Oh, okay, that's something new. Let's see here. The piece of the mechanism to hold the spring, or to hold for the anti-drain back, not the oil release here, pressure release. One of the tabs is broken off on this one. And that's something. Okay. And you know what? I'm just going to cut the next one and get through it, and then yeah, we'll go from there. So there we go. Maybe up here a little better here. Maybe that's okay. Hard to get these camera angles right all the time. I did think this one was gonna. The oil just did not want to drain from these that well. Must be the synthetic oil filtration in them. That one stayed down there. That looks terrible. Look at the down in this cup. It's like, hopefully you can see that with the lighting. There is all sorts of crap and gunk down here. Like, I don't know what that, and this one was the one that stayed in the vehicle the longest. So this one had 8,310 kilometers on it. So it's like, wow, that one stayed in there a lot longer than the rest. I have to tell her to stop minding that oil minder. They just want you to buy a new car. Oh, get oil all over the place here. Now, that's okay. I'll clean her all up later. Okay, there we go. I am They all got the metal strip in them. That's good. They're all the newer type. That's good. None of these are like the good old-fashioned days of, I think, before 2020 when they were really good. Or is that 2021? Can't remember. But let me cut off all of the filtration and I will get back to you. Well, there we go. I got them all cut off. I've got all these things out. Let's take a quick look at these, though, to see how well they stood the time. Actually, this one didn't do so bad. This one, which has the less mileage on it, looks like it had just a rough time in there. Wow. And this one looks like it had a pretty rough time in there, being the longest run of the filters. So, actually, I forgot to tell you, the Toyota FJ Cruiser actually uses advanced full synthetic oil. So that's very nice. Oh, Valvoline. Sorry, 5W30. Valvoline advanced full synthetic. And the Chevy Spark, which is this one, uses 5W20 Motormaster full synthetic. That's what she uses in it. Should be just fine. They all use good oils, and if you forgot, the this one here, the Ford one, uses 5W20 Mobile full synthetic. So let's take these off and get a better look at them. Remember when these used to have screens in them and a really nice filtration? It just kind of looked like a filter now. So, no grit, grime in this engine at all. And well, it looks very good. This is a good, well, it's a beautiful 5-liter. Don't see any metal flakes and nothing in this filter to say that this engine is going to die anytime soon. He takes very good care of it. I know he does. So whatever he's doing, he should just keep it up. That looks very fine, looks very good. And yeah, keep using those Fram Ultra Synthetics. It looks like it's working out for him. Now this one, he's going to look in the cup. No, it looks pretty clean in there. That synthetic. He uses the Valvoline. I was going to switch to that, and I never did. It probably was the price of it. So I never switched. So, let's see. No grit or grime, at least as far as I can see. Looks like it filtered very well. Why does it look crappier on the inside than the outside? I don't know. Hold it here. It's a bunch of grit and grime on the inside of this one. Where did I get that? No, that is, yeah, that's the inside. So there is a bit of grit and grime on the FJ Cruiser oil filter, but on the inside. And I do believe I see some metal flecks in here. And he was the one who used only 6,200 kilometers on this oil change. He does drive it hard. Too hard, actually. And his motor actually has, what's his motor have on it? 196,560 kilometers. So yeah, his motor looks like it could be getting a little tired. I'll have to tell him, or he can watch the video. I hope he watches the video. I told him I would put these up and they could watch them. Next time they come in, I'll talk to them about it. Hopefully it works out. And this one is from the Chevy Spark. 146,620 kilometers on this little Spark. She's loved it ever since day one. Great gas mileage. She just loves it. So let us take a look here and see how good it is. So this, right. Is this the, yep, this is the outside. There is so many metal pieces and flakes in this oil, but it is a 1.4 liter. They don't last very long, sadly. And yes, we do have lots of, well, it did filter out everything. So, yeah, we got a lot of metal flake in here. So I'm going to have to tell her about that, too. Oh, I hate being the bringer of bad news. It's never good. I hate doing that. Now this one, yeah. This one, I think I did do the wrong way. I did turn it around, and what I was showing you with all the grit and grime and some metal flake in here. Oh, was there metal flake? Just a lot of grit and grime. It was the outside. Was not the inside. I screwed that up. I switched it around by accident, and I just noticed I did. So, there we go. You can tell this one, though, for the Chevy Spark, pretty run out here, pretty beat up. So it was in there, of course, you know, these things say they can run, what is it, 20,000 kilometers or something? Never do that. Please just never do that on an oil filter. They need to get changed, believe me. And change your oil a little sooner than what manufacturers tell you to. I don't want to get involved in that. In the old that I just know what I do. So there you go. These didn't work out as well. Man, they sure are grimy. The Ford looks fine. Looks fine. You can keep driving her, keep doing his oil changes. That's fine. But the Chevy Spark, well, got a lot of metal flake in here. And that comes from her always following the mile minder on her vehicle. She says she's always followed that since she bought the vehicle. And well, now you see what happens. You kind of beat the heck out of your engine. Probably still a good engine. She loves it, still runs, but maybe get it a little sooner than the minder says. Maybe get it at 40% instead of 10 to 20%. And the Toyota FJ, he usually says he does his oil changes around 6,000 kilometers, but it looks fine, just looks a little dirty and gummed up, and he does drive it really hard, so he goes off-roading in the summer with it and stuff. I don't know how good they are off-roading, never been in one or drove one or anything like that, so I don't know how good they are. But he's got some nice tires on it. He can get through some stuff. And the Ford, all I know is it sounds really good coming out of that stock exhaust, the one pipe coming out the side, and she sounds very nice, that 5 liter. So, and he likes that truck. He likes the power. So there you go. Hope this was fun for you, or anything that you could learn from it. I'm happy, and well, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.